Outside Explorer. My name is Rick. This is my daughter Talon.
We are caving today. We had a hellacious hike up here to our secret destination, and then a very tiny squeeze into the opening of this cave. What else are we going to see once we enter in?
Well, we're going to see a bunch of different cave activities that are unique to caving. We're going to be doing some squeezes, some climbing, some rappels with arm wraps with ropes, and some chimneying. Really cool stuff.
Awesome, and I'm going to send Talon ahead of me, so I'm not scared of anything, to make sure she comes out alive. Go ahead, Talon, lead the way.
This is one of the many rescue caches that are in these particular caves. They're placed here in case of emergencies. They've got some basic first aid equipment in them, a blanket to help keep you warm in case there's an injury, and they're only opened up in case we have an emergency. Hopefully we won't have any. Cool part of this kind of caving too is if there's a hole and you want to see what's in it, go take a look. This is a really interesting area over a top of a pit here, and so they've installed a hand line to help you cross this pit. So we're going to continue down over here to the second pit, which we're going to drop down. And of course you can see your exposure there.
It's not too bad. It's a little slippery, but not so bad. I'm glad the rope's here.
What's down that pit look like? Nasty.
Looks like a broken leg or a broken hand.
Yeah. Real common question is how deep is the cave? And that's a really hard thing to answer because you go into the cave, you go up and down, and then the mountain grows or goes down on top of you. So we refer to that as overburden. So generally it's how much rock or soil is on top of you is the overburden. And cavers typically don't talk about distances in caves unless they're talking about how long the cave actually is. They generally specify in time. When you ask them how long, where are you at in the cave, you say I'm an hour in, I'm a half hour in. Well, Tierza, what we're going to do now is we're going to drop down this pit. Now, this pit, this is going to be used as a hand line. We shouldn't need any technical rope skills or harnesses, especially since we didn't bring them.
Okay.
So we're going to climb down this pit and have a little fun down at the bottom.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay, generally on these traverse lines, it's nice to stay on the inside of the traverse line. You feel much safer. It's much easier to do this than feel yourself hanging out over the pit. Okay? So I'm going to get over here to this rope, and I'm going to do an arm rappel. So you put the rope behind your back. Definitely need a cave suit or long sleeve. Wrap my arm around this. Wrap my arm around this and use the friction in my arms to descend down the edge of this pit. So here we go.
Alan just gave me some caving information and then slipped away into the darkness feet first and told me not to worry.
If you're claustrophobic and you're going through these squeezes or these long crawls. First thing is the cave right now is breathing out. Caves are typically breathing in or out. The airflow does help with the claustrophobia. When I first began caving, what really got me is when I was in a long crawl and there was somebody in front of me and I crawled right up to them, and somebody behind me crawled right up in behind me. That made me feel nervous and made the situation much worse. So I advise all new cavers, make sure that the person in front of you is far enough in front of you and the person behind you stays far enough behind you that you don't get that feeling. It helps you deal with the claustrophobia much better.
So there's a little bit of light behind us, and that's daylight. And so we only have maybe one more tummy crawl through that very first area that was super intimidating, and then we're back in daylight. And this was hard, and it was dirty, and it was exhausting, and I'm bruised, and I'm filthy, and I'm hungry. And every second of this wild adventure was totally worth it. And Rick, if the viewers at home want to get in touch with someone to get into caving, because you need someone, how can they do so?
Well, I would recommend the viewers go to the National Speleological Society's website, www.caves.org. Select Find a Local Caving Club. There should be a club or grotto in your area. Please stay tuned for more Outside Explorer.